Welcome to YouTube, where misinformation flies around like that's what it's here for. As word comes out that Ryan Garcia had his case dismissed, and people think that means Devin Haney. Let's talk about that. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to clear up some misinformation that's flying all over the place for you. And that is about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Yesterday on Twitter, Ryan Garcia showed a picture of him with his lawyer shaking hands outside of what I assume is a courthouse and said case dismissed. As a result, many people assume that that means Ryan's case got dismissed. And yeah, it's true. His case probably did get dismissed, but it's not the case that you're thinking about. It is not Devin Haney ridiculous ass lawsuit that is ultimately going to get tossed out, I think, or at least settled for pennies on a dollar, whatever the case. Not that one. And not the one that actually may be legitimately causing this dude some problems, which is the one with Jake Paul or Logan Paul, whichever one is suing Ryan. I think is Logan Paul. That one seems to be kind of real on Ryan. But the one that was dismissed seems a little bit real, but not the one with Devin. So Devin's didn't get dismissed. The one with Jake Paul did not get dismissed. It was the one with the hotel that got dismissed. So what was that? If you recall, Ryan Garcia was going through some mental issues and clearly going through some mental issues. And I'm not saying that it's something that is pathological or something that is, super extreme, but clearly he was under stress, right? So what happened? He destroyed a hotel room. I don't know what he did. Say he broke TVs, kicked holes in the wall, flipped over the bed. You know what I mean? Spray painted the walls. Whatever he did, he destroyed a room. But what happened? They arrested him. They charged him for vandalism, and they insisted that he pay for the damages of the room. So why was the case dismissed? It wasn't dismissed because Ryan didn't do all of that. It was dismissed because Ryan Garcia had already paid all the damages for the room. He's like, I did it. He admitted he did it. And then he paid for the hotel to have everything fixed. So when it came to court, the case was dismissed. Why? For want of damages. The hotel can't claim that they suffered damages, right? Because he paid for it. So they're not suing him civilly anyway. But for the criminal portion of it, the criminal vandalism, they say, hey, man, he made it whole, but what else? There may have been mitigating circumstances, like the fact that he was going through some mental stress. Now, I can tell you that that probably is the case because, again, man, I lay my cards on the table. I have dealt with that situation myself. I have had mental health issues before, and I was one time just walking down the street. I thought I was just walking down the street, and a policeman arrested me. And I got arrested for trespassing. They said I was trespassing in a public place, right? But, kind of like it was the plaza in Kansas City. So they pulled me in and they charged me, right? But what were they charging me for? They really saw that I was kind of out of sorts and I was walking around. So they said, let me get this guy out of here. And they kind of screwed me over and they charged me. Well, what happened when I went to court? I told them, hey, I was really going through a stressed out situation. I really wasn't in my right mind and I didn't do anything. I was just walking and this security guard wanted me gone because he thought that something was going on. And what did the judge say? The judge said, oh, let me see your paperwork. Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Case dismissed. And they said, hey, man, thanks. The judge said, hey, thanks. I'm glad he said, I hope you feel better, and kept on pushing. I'm glad that you feel better. Thanks for being honest with what was going on. And that's not on my record. They dismissed it. So that's what they did for Ryan. Same thing. Dude was stressing. People understand that. You're stressing, you're wilding out, and you just had a bad moment. You had a bad day. Some property got destroyed. As long as you make that property whole, the people don't, there's no reason for the people to punish you because they know you didn't do it intentionally. Now, if you had done it multiple times and you've been raggedy about it and you didn't want to pay, bro, you're going to jail. See, that's kind of how that stuff works. So that is why it got dismissed. Now, I have to tell you that I think the case for the vandalism is much stronger than the case for that Devin has for that battery and fraud and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, no, man. Ryan didn't have, Devin's case has not been dismissed. Devin's case has not been dismissed by Ryan. And I'm dismissed against Ryan. It hasn't been dismissed. I don't think that, I ultimately believe that it will get dismissed, but not now. So be careful when you're out there on YouTube and people just jump to conclusions. Now, how do I know for sure that that the case of Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia has not been dismissed? Number one, it hasn't been to court yet. So you can't be dismissed unless you get to court. And they haven't been there yet, so not been dismissed. Secondly, it's not going to be dismissed because, anyway, you get my point. It's that case has not been dismissed because it has not even been to court yet. And will it get dismissed? Eventually, I think it's going to get dropped because I just don't think he has anything on it. But at the end of the day, though, Devin and Ryan should just have a rematch. And I hope that Devin and Ryan come to that conclusion. And maybe that's really what that lawsuit is about. I hope that that's what that lawsuit's about, that they're really just trying to position themselves through public pressure to force people into doing something and to do it right the second time around. For example, when Devin rematches Ryan, get paid out of gross revenue. Man, you have no idea how much more money that will make for Devin if he just gets paid in gross revenue. Even with a smaller percentage than him having got paid net profit the last time. This is a good opportunity for Devin to come back and fix the negotiations. Fix that contract that he had with Ryan and Oscar De La Hoya to make it more fair to Devin. But the only way that he is really going to rebuild his career and all that stuff is if he gets back in that ring and he fights Ryan again. And I don't think there's any way out of it. Ryan, for his part, I'm glad that he got his case dismissed for vandalism. But at the same time, man, Ryan really has some, soul searching that he has to do as well. Because while he did get out of this particular lawsuit related to the hotel because he paid his way out, and he probably is going to get out of the lawsuit with Devin Haney because that lawsuit is just garbage, in my opinion. But that Jake Paul one sitting there, that may make you may have to pay for that one, man, because he's basically saying you defamed him. If I remember the suit right, because you said some things about his product that they say are not true. Something about metals being in it and poison. That's serious stuff, Ryan. Devin, this vandalism, it's not a good look, but you got off. This one will put a hurting in your pocket if Ryan doesn't get that right. Ryan got to get his life straight and got to move forward and not have himself be in court. If you find yourself in court, 3 different court cases at the same time, brother, you got something going on in your life that you ain't doing right. And that ain't Devin's fault. But also, it ain't Ryan. I guess it is Ryan's fault that Devin got his ass whooped, but they both need to react better and do different things, in my opinion. Anyway, that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.